They said the mansion was cursed, haunted by a woman burned alive by her own husband. 4 friends didn't believe in ghosts until the night they entered Moonpara, infamous haunted house, and only one of them ever came back. The haunted house. A true story from NATO in a small village called Moonpara in the Sylhet district of Bangladesh. Stands an old decrepit landlord mansion shrouded in mystery and fear. For decades, eerie tales have surrounded this house, earning it the chilling nickname the Haunted House. According to local legends, the mansion's dark history began with blood and betrayal. Once a powerful landlord, Habib Ali, driven by suspicion of infidelity, burned his wife Rohana Begum alive inside a locked room. Ever since that dreadful night, the mansion has been a place of terror. People have reported hearing a woman's wailing, seeing the ghostly silhouette of a woman in a white sari with backward feet, and witnessing unexplained phenomena. Many who entered the house at night never returned. Those who did were never the same again. Nearly decades after the tragedy, on a night in 1995, 4 brave friends from Dhaka University, Sujan, Tamim, and Palash, decided to spend a night inside the mansion. They were skeptics, dismissing ghosts as mere superstition. Ignoring the warnings of the village elders, they entered the house at around 11 p.m. At first, everything seemed normal, but around 12:30 a.m., things began to change. They heard the distant sound of a woman crying. From the window, they saw a pale figure in a white sari, her feet backward. Doors slammed shut on their own, lights flickered and went out, shadows moved without source. And in the mirror, they saw an extra, unfamiliar female figure. Terrified, Palash fainted, Tamim lost his voice, and Rakib shivered uncontrollably. But that was just the beginning. As midnight deepened, the mansion seemed to awaken. Bloodstains appeared on the floor. On the wall, a message was scrawled in an invisible hand: "I'm still waiting." Heavy footsteps echoed from above, as though someone was descending. The air turned dense, chilling them to the bone. From the cracked glass of the window, they saw the figure again: wild hair, blood-red eyes. As Rakib stepped closer, the glass shattered by itself and the figure vanished. Suddenly, an old wooden door creaked open on its own. It led to the landlord's private shrine, untouched for decades. Inside, they found an old photograph of Habib, Ali, and Rohana. The eyes in the photo seemed to move. In the middle of the room sat a small wooden box. Inside was a silver necklace adorned with ancient coins. As they touched it, the lights came on and they all heard a whisper: "Give me my necklace, set me free." In panic, they dropped the necklace to the ground. Instant length, heavy air lifted the door, opened by itself. A gentle, cold breeze swept the room. It felt as if a soul had been released. They bolted out and ran back to the village. Later, an elderly villager explained Rohana's spirit still roams the house, seeking justice during every full moon. "You were lucky," he said. "Perhaps she knew you were innocent." However, Sujan was never the same. He began sleepwalking and would whisper, "She's standing by the window." Palash required medical help. Though he recovered, he would still sometimes wake up in terror. Rakib, the most skeptical of them, never joked about ghosts again. Instead, he began to research Rihana's tragic story. Eventually, Rakib returned to the house alone. He discovered the exact room where Rihana was killed and found an old letter written by Habib Ali. In it, the landlord confessed his guilt was wrong. Rohana was only defending herself. "I had gone blind with rage." The final line read, "My curse is destroying me now." Rakib was never seen again. A week later, his diary was found by a pond near the village. The last line he wrote was, "She's coming this time, she wants me to. I didn't free her, I only opened the door." That mansion still stands in Moonpara, cloaked in shadows, surrounded by silence, yet full of a lingering presence. No one dares walk that path, and those who look know someone is still there, watching, waiting. As darkness engulfed the night, Rakib, Sujan, Tamim, and Palash stood at the decaying gate of the mansion, their breath caught in their throats. Fear had crept into their bones. "Do you really want to go in?" Sujan whispered, "We have the right to know the truth." Rakib answered firmly, "These ghost stories are just fear tactics. No one really knows what happened." They broke the silence with shared glances, then pushed open. It groaned like a dying beast. Inside, the air was cold and heavy. Dust, dirt, and cobwebs covered everything. The walls were cracked, covered with strange symbols. As they moved with their flashlight, they heard soft sobbing from outside. 12:30 a.m. All eyes froze on the window, a woman's silhouette, white, sorry, backward feet, hair disheveled, eyes glowing blood red. Plash trembled, collapsing unconscious. Tamim choked. Rakib stood frozen, soaked in sweat. The light went out. The air stilled. Their heartbeats echoed in the silence. The door opened shut by itself. Only the wooden box remained before them. They managed to escape before dawn, but the house left its mark. The curse had begun to spread. As time passed, the friends began experiencing strange symptoms. Tamim wandered at night, whispering about the window woman. Palash shook violently in sleep, haunted by red eyes in dreams. Rakib, once a skeptic, returned to the mansion night after night, obsessed with Rohane's story. They didn't realize that escaping the mansion hadn't ended the curse. It had only awakened it. The village grew quiet. At night, Moonpara seemed to sing a silent song of terror. Each of the four friends suffered differently. Their minds slowly crumbled. One night, Palash woke up screaming, "She's here!" by the window. The others rushed to help but saw the silhouette break apart like dancing shadows. Rakib approached the door. It slammed shut. The light went out. Coldness swept the room. A voice echoed, "Set me free, set me free. You to deserve peace." Suddenly, a blood-red hand emerged from the wall, pushing forward. They ran, screaming, knowing the curse wasn't over. It had only just begun. As their mental states deteriorated, their lives began unraveling. Palash would whisper, "She's behind me." Tamim would roam at night, following an unknown call. Rakib heard the same voice repeatedly, "Give me the necklace, set me free." One morning, bloodstains reappeared on the mansion's floor. "On the wall, I have returned." Sujan collapsed, his eyes changing color. He woke up, trembling. Fear took shape like a living demon. They were now trapped in its grip. Rakib re-entered the mansion alone. He found another letter from Hadar Ali full of sorrow. "I made a mistake. After killing Rohana, I didn't realize I had trapped her soul in agony. This curse has shattered my life. Only truth can set us free." Then the door shut. Lights went out. From the darkness came a laugh, cold, chilling. Rakib was trapped. A dark entity emerged, eyes burning red. A voice, "You touched my necklace. You freed me. Now I've come for you all." Outside, the others screamed, but the door wouldn't open. Inside, Rakib saw a flash of that horrific night, Rahana's fiery death. He realized he was reliving the past. "I didn't free her, I only opened the door," he whispered. The spirit laughed bitterly. Outside, time seemed to freeze. Rakib's scream echoed through the night. Then, silence. Later, the friends discovered a hidden door in the mansion. Behind it, a small room, bloodstains, a broken photograph of Habib Ali, and a final letter. "I was wrong, I trapped her soul. Only facing the truth will bring peace." Rakib, head bowed, picked up the necklace. They placed it at the center of the shrine, and together they prayed. Suddenly the air grew still. The blood disappeared, light returned. From the light emerged Rohana's spirit, no longer terrifying, no longer vengeful. "Thank you, now I can go," she whispered. She faded into the light. The house fell silent. They understood the curse had lifted. Peace had returned. The haunted mansion of Moonpara was no longer cursed. The legend became a story of truth, redemption, and courage. The four friends, once cursed, became part of a tale where darkness was conquered by confronting the past. And in the heart of Silit, that mansion now stands still, silent, but no longer haunted, unless someone opens the door again.